I'm talking about the squad. Look at this squad. This is categorically the worst midfield in United in my lifetime. I'm almost 30. This is the worst midfield in United in my lifetime. Worst attack, worst midfield.
Oh my God.
Only defense.
If Manchester United has been relegated before in the past, you can't then say that this team
Exactly. I knew you would say that. I knew somebody would say
Arsenal need a striker, even if he's on loan for 6 months. You can buy Wisa, get him for 6 months at least. If you help yourself, because the Arsenal, if they don't get somebody in, I don't. This they've bottled and they've sold this title again for the third season in a row to a rival team once again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pitchside Banter podcast. How's it going? How's it been? How's everything been, man? Since the last episode we posted, episode 7. Yeah, we're back again this week to discuss everything football, especially English Premier League. We're here
Yes,
again.
sir.
I'm here with my trusted compadres. I'm going to start with David, man. David, how's it been, man? How's your week been, bro?
it's been a tough week. We're working, we're hustling, but it's always a good time to come and chat football. So we're ready.
Man, that's good. That's good.
Yes,
what
sir.
about you, Canon, man? How's it been, brother?
Man, like Canon.
Yeah, I'm good. I've been doing my things on the ground, and hopefully this weekend we have enough football to enjoy. Because I'm tired of this whole funny enough, I prefer weekend football to, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Weekday
Champions League
football,
football,
right?
and I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know why.
Is it because your club is not in the Champions League?
Yeah, that probably plays a huge role. Honestly, I can't lie. I'm being honest.
Thursday football stinks.
I don't know, man. Thursday, Monday,
Thursday football
Tuesday,
stinks, bro.
Wednesday, I don't know. I'm waiting for weekend football.
Yes.
I'm waiting to watch Nottingham Forest. Not even Man United, sir.
Not Forest. Let's go for the title.
Nottingham Forest and Galatasaray. They are still unbeaten. Those ones. I watch their match too.
Well, I guess the Nigerian contingent.
Thank you.
support
You
is
know
strong
now.
today.
You know. Thank you. I know. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So, we're here to discuss a lot of things. Let's start quickly with the January transfer window. We are currently in the window. We're at least 18 days plus into the window. And a couple of clubs have been very, very busy, i.e. Manchester City. And other clubs as well. Even Leicester City has brought in a player. Tottenham has quickly brought in a goalkeeper. Manchester United, nothing. Arsenal, nothing. So, a couple of clubs are really trying to formulate a strategy or trying to make some moves codedly or, stuff that's already in the news. How are you guys looking at this transfer window? How are you thinking it's going to impact some club targets? So when I talk about club targets, I'm talking about where clubs intend to finish on the table, perhaps in Premier League or perhaps what they intend to do as per in some of the cup competitions that they're in right now. I mean, for Tottenham, I can imagine with the injuries that they have, even though they're expecting to have a lot of guys back by the end of January, with injuries that they do have, they probably need to really get some guys in quickly to start competing because it's getting sticky right now for Tottenham, even worse than Manchester United, right? So, what are you guys looking at, man? What's going on? What are your thoughts on this January transfer window overview for clubs in the Premier League?
All right, so I mean, let's just say this: for people who are really like are involved in football, who really like engage with football day in day out, the January transfer window is always disappointing. I'm sure both of you can relate because
Yeah.
the real transfers you want, your top targets, you're not going to get those most likely. So it's a window of whatever you see you can get. Sometimes you overpay for mediocre talent. Sometimes you may just not get what you want. So even in terms of okay, you're in a crisis and you want to strengthen, unless you're like Man City, I don't see you getting exactly what you need in January and being able to salvage your season like it looks like Man City are about to do. So I think for Tottenham, I think they're cooked, man. I think they are as bad as United. I don't know. There's just this thing where United are going through a thing where it just feels like they're the worst. But Tottenham are doing just as bad, right? So, but it doesn't feel like they're in a crisis. Maybe because they're about to reach a final and all that. But to conclude, I'll just say they should do, but they don't have money like that anyways. Look at Man City. They are linked to Mamouche, 80 million. They bought a defender, 50 million. They're linked with another defender for 45 million. That's 150 million or 170 million in January. So not everybody has that power. Tottenham cannot do it, and they should just hope for the best.
Well, Tottenham fans hope for the best, innit? So
They are cool.
Okay. Let me say this. I will give kudos to some teams, right? Now,
Yeah.
you look at some teams, that's the smaller teams, aside Man City, by the way, which I don't know why they've not issued them their 115 charges yet. I don't know. That will still come,
Bro, they are
honestly.
not getting
But
those
first,
charges.
but first off, right, if you look at this season and even season past, especially the January transfer window, if you see the small teams around the world, right, all of a sudden they are the ones making the moves this period. They are signing some big top talents that even us didn't know were available, right? Look at Brentford, for instance. They just signed Kayode from Fiorentina. Kayode that we've been linked to for years now. Arsenal has been linked to, but just maybe not like full on link, but like he's one of the most talented fullbacks in Italy right now, right? Then you look at this team that just signed. Okay, Ipswich. Ipswich just signed this guy from Brighton, Enciso. Like Enciso that last season, as
Nah,
of last
bro.
season,
really,
Enciso is not.
as of,
Enciso is not yet gone. No, I saw
no,
a news
wait,
article
wait.
today. Now, I'm just saying
He
he has
is
not yet
gone.
gone to Ipswich. No, he's not. Check
Enciso
it.
is going to Ipswich. You know the thing that they are saying is this whole thing is that they are trying to paint a narrative that Man United came in for him, that we tried to hijack the low move, blah blah. Enciso is going to Ipswich. That deal is done and is sealed. Even at that, it's for them, for Ipswich to even identify that, oh, this guy is available. How did they even find out that Enciso is available on a loan?
He's
If Man
available.
United
He
should have,
doesn't play. He doesn't
yeah, he
fucking
doesn't
play.
play. He doesn't play. If a team like United comes for someone like Enciso, what they will first of all tell us is, do you have 100 million for an Enciso? That's what the first thing that they will tell us.
He's not
That
worth
show you
100
how
million
well
anymore, bro.
he's not worth. In fact, he's not even worth 70 million. Like we
Yeah.
are saying the same thing. But my issue now is we've gotten our pants pulled for years now. United have gotten their pants pulled
hey,
for years now, right?
Yeah.
who's pulling our pants?
And you see, oh,
Everybody,
different clubs.
Harrison. Everybody.
If I start calling the
No,
players that
bro,
even in the
Are we?
current squad.
Do you mean
Mhm.
do you mean pulling leg or pulling pants? Which one?
No, pulling our pants, like obviously we are overpaying
It's
for
a
some
saying,
certain
Harrison.
players.
When they say pull your
Mhm.
pants down, it means like they're exploiting you in a deal.
Harrison knows, he's just
Hey,
joking, I'm sure. Harrison knows what I'm saying. So
Wait, but wait, Canon.
yeah.
Harrison, can I read you a tweet so you really understand what we're saying here, right?
yeah.
About our pants being pulled down. For example, they are looking at getting Garnacho for
Mhm.
for 50 million or less. Meanwhile, Everton who did not want to let go of Brett White, who had less time on his contract. He's a defender, right? And they didn't let go of him for anything less than 75 million. So how is it? How does that make sense? You know, they pay less for our players, and they want us to pay more than the odds for their players. So Ineos have to change the narrative. They have to change it, and that means we will work out for multiple deals, enough deals for people to know that okay, these guys are no more pricks to be taken advantage of. We did it with Brett White last year, and we need to continue in that manner. So I'm happy with Ineos on that. Go on, Canon.
Yeah, so if you see this, what was really bothering me, or not even bothering me, was a surprise to me, and obviously I'm impressed to an extent as well, is the way these so-called small teams are moving, you know. They are making the right moves.
Everybody's moving.
No. Everybody is moving, right? But when you see some signings, right, that these teams make, that these so-called little teams make, it gets you pondering that, okay, why have we struggled over the years to get some deals over the line like this? It's difficult because, you know, there's obviously, like you said, Rose, there's obviously something deep-rooted there. And that is the fact that when you mention a team like United, in fact, Chelsea have broken out from that yoke. In fact, Chelsea are the ones that get people's pants pulled. Like, Chelsea are the ones that even...
They pull everybody's pants, bro.
And they will get what they want from you no matter what.
Dude, I don't get it. It's like they have juju. I don't get it.
You know why? You know why? Because there is already an established pattern from their recruitment from Marina time. You get? So when Marina left, the DNA was already there. So anytime Chelsea are doing deals, they are doing the right deals. You know? Even now, even if they can overspend for players, but when they are to sell their players, they sell their players with value because they know that this is a player that you will probably not get them that amount of money ever again. So they will make sure they milk as much as possible from that player. And
but let me explain to you why I'm saying is like they have jazz, bro. Because, for example, last year, right, everybody knows their squad is bloated. They have too many players. There was even news that their training facilities, Harrison, I'm sure you remember, their training facilities was not enough. Their changing room was not enough. But people still came knowing that they are in that weak position and they were still paying over the odds for their players. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Even though they were literally on their knees to get rid of players and people are still paid. If it was United, all those players would go for £500,000. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's a joke.
It's a joke, bro. Yo, I have to quickly move on to Manchester United.
Yes, move on. Yeah.
But this quote, this headline, the worst Manchester United team in history by Ruben Amorim, has been like ever since that match against Brighton, man. Everyone has been talking about it. You know, the media they have written multiple articles. Even today, in the press conference for the Europa League match against the Rangers, Ruben Amorim had to kind of step back a bit from that rhetoric in a way, and you know, he said he was beyond and what have you. But is it really an exaggeration? Because I know we've been relegated before. I think this is in the 1970s. We've been relegated.
1976 or 1978. Yeah.
I think 74. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know,
no, it was in the 70s, bro. It was in the 70s. Yeah. It was in the 70s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's definitely 70s. Maybe 74 or so. But you know, Dennis Law was one of those people. Obviously, R.I.P. to Dennis Law, by the way. A legend of English football, legend of football, a former Ballon d'Or winner in the 1960s, by the way.
Yeah, you're right, bro. It was the 1973/4 season. You're right.
Oh, good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, it's been an interesting one because we've been relegated before. We'd have poor form. it took Alex Ferguson up until 1993 to actually win his first, league. So are we really there yet? Is it fair to say that we are really the worst team in Manchester United, history? I was wondering what you guys, and we're all Manchester United fans, by the way, so no one is actually going to have any bias here. But like, what do you guys really honestly think? Let's start with
Canon. Shoot. Yeah, Canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How will Amorim be exaggerating? It is facts. Let me quickly give you guys some small stats and facts, right? Now, our worst points tally ever, right, was under, a certain bald fraud, right? That was just last year now. It's not far. Just last year. That was our worst ever, right? One.
Arguable, though.
Our worst. Okay. Then Ragnick time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. When Ragnick left, that was our worst ever. What was it called? Our worst ever finish was under this fool. What's his name? This clown called Ten Hag. Our worst ever point tally was also under Ralph Ragnick. That I think 64 points or something like that.
Yes.
Then that's post Ferguson, when this whole rot started, was under David Moyes, which we still finished 7th that season, right? And that 7th we finished, I think Ryan Giggs took over and all that. So if you see the track records of where we've been finishing, we've never finished below 8. 8 was the worst, and that was last season. The way this season is going, we may finish with less than that tally, and we'll finish in our.
We will finish bottom half for the first time in a long time.
If we are finishing bottom half, we are looking at somewhere between 11th and 12th. Can you imagine? And that's where, how many points have we garnered now at this stage of the season? I think
26 or so.
No, 24 or something. 24 points or so. We have 24 points at this stage of the season. Nottingham Forest. Are you guys deeping what I'm saying? Nottingham Forest. Let me repeat myself. Nottingham Forest are 25 points ahead of us, at least almost 25 points ahead of Manchester United. Is this not madness? Almost 25 points ahead of United. Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest has over 20 points ahead of us. Nottingham Forest were in the relegation battle last season. Nottingham Forest have not been in the Premier League for over decades. They just came 2 seasons ago. They are ahead of us in the league.
I don't think you should be using Nottingham Forest because they're having a blinder of the season.
They're having a blinder, but not. I'm just giving that as an analogy. Fulham, I can't even go. I don't even want to go into Fulham and Red because those ones at least they've been in the Premier League for quite a while at least. I don't think there's anybody right now in that top 10 in the Premier League that was relegated last season. Is there anybody or last 2 seasons? No, I don't think so. Right? Nottingham Forest is a very good analogy. They are second. In fact, they are joint second with Arsenal. And see where we are. Fooling ourselves. This will most definitely be the worst. He's even playing it cool. I like the fact that he's blunt, but he's playing it cool. This will most definitely be our worst season ever. And I'm saying this thing with so much pain in my voice because we had the chance. After that Man City game, we could have gone on a good run of games. The games that we played, we could have gotten at least 10 points from those games. By now, we'll be in the top half of the table. Looking up, at least, we know that we would have made Europa League list. Because I know this Europa League now, we are not going to win it. There are teams that will win it ahead of us. FA Cup, we will fool ourselves again. So our only chance now is this league, making top 6 and winning Europa League, which I don't think we are going to do. So this season, for sure, is our worst ever. There are so many records that have been broken. Both consecutive losses in Old Trafford. We've lost 4 in a row and 5 in a row. Like we've
Yeah,
never lost this amount of games in
that
Old
was crazy.
Trafford. Like teams are coming to Old Trafford and thinking, oh, is it not Old Trafford? Like Old Trafford is no more Old Trafford anymore. So he's more than right. Amorim is very, 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 very right in saying.
All right, so well, Canon got there in the end eventually, but so I'll say um now there has been a lot of outcry about this ever since he made that comment, you know. And one thing I've noticed about United fans is that we talk a lot about, oh, it's time to, it's time to make a change, and we are really bad. We need to reset. But when it's time to face the reality, when the reality is in your face, a lot of these men are not ready for what needs to be done. These guys are not ready to accept the fact that even if we are not the exact worst, we are either the second worst or the third worst or the fourth worst. It is thereabouts. So it is not an over-exaggeration for Amorim to say this is the worst Manchester United side in the history of Manchester United, because he gets why they talk up. Let me use PG for you. You get why he talk up, because this team is fundamentally one of the worst teams in the history of Man United. Let's start from the attack. I'm not even going to go to what are we going to win like Canon, FA Cup. Nah, I'm talking about the squad. Look at this squad. This is categorically the worst midfield in United in my lifetime. I'm almost 30. This is the worst midfield in United in my lifetime. Worst attack, worst midfield. Only defense. Maybe the defense is not the worst ever, but it's also nowhere near the best. So in two out and in goalkeeping, Onana is a bozo. I backed him, but he's a bozo. So in the three
God, I will come for you. I will come
we'll
for
get
you.
there. We'll get there, Canon. In the three aspects of the game, two of them are undoubtedly one of our worst ever. The worst places we have been. Now, you can have the argument of, is it an exaggeration? That's number one, which I believe is not. And you can have the argument of, oh, should your manager say that? You shouldn't say that. You have to gather confidence. You have to give them belief. You have to back them. You can say it to your people, but don't say it outside and all of that. That's a separate discussion I'm willing to have. But as to the question of, is this an exaggeration? Is this team actually that bad? Was he just tripping? Was he angry? No, this team is that bad. Before he said it, I had said it 10 games ago or 20 games ago that this is the worst Man United team almost ever, because we have the worst attack ever, worst midfield ever, and a bang average defense. So I think that answers the question.
All right. Oh, well, I just have to say that I just think, if you look at it from a very objective perspective, if Manchester United has been relegated before in the past, you can't then say that this team.
Exactly. I knew you would say that. I knew somebody would say that. Yeah.
So I know that we're terrible. Like on the point you made about the attack, I think we have the most toothless attack I've ever seen, like in a long time. Except when Ahmad wants to shine.
Yes.
Exactly.
Terrible. I don't think our midfield is as bad, because I've seen our midfield do well against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against Man City. Man City not so much. Liverpool, I thought that was the best midfield display. That Liverpool game, Ugarte was everywhere, and they were really managing the spaces really well. So I just.
But I think you should look at it as the squad, Harrison. The squad of midfield.
No.
Apart from Ugarte, what's the quality?
Oh yeah. Apart from Ugarte, Menu is really struggling there past couple of games. Casemiro non-existent. Eriksen can be good, but it depends. That passing for Ahmad was good. So
good
technically, I can say we're not the worst team. However, right now the form is terrible. So it does feel like we're the worst team in history. So I can get why the coach said that. So Man, it is what it is, man. Moving up to the top of the table because
Yeah,
our team is nowhere near there.
I know, right?
The title race, my guys, man. The title race right now: Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham, Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham in the third race. I'm dead.
I'm there. I'm
Yes,
telling you,
title
bro.
race
These are
talk.
the teams in the title
Let's
race
have
right
it.
now.
Let's have it.
Title top
Yeah,
Nottingham. Let's
because
go.
Let's have it. Let's
let's
have it.
go, bro. So you have again. I'm going to mention the teams again. You have Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, and Man City. Who is going to win the league according to your own predictions, guys? Let's start with David, man.
Okay, so honorable mention: Man City are going to pass Chelsea. Chelsea, from title contenders, are going to finish 5th or 6th at the end of the day. That's just an honorable mention for all you Chelsea fans. God bless you.
Yeah.
Now, as to the title, I think I'm going to give you my objective opinion, and then I'm going to give you my own subjective opinion, what I want, right? So objectively, Liverpool are going to win the title, right? If they don't have a crisis, a team that we are sure that can be 12 points ahead, clear in the title race and still lose is Arsenal. So I don't think Liverpool will do that. I think Liverpool are going to manage. But I said something to one of my friends. We were watching the game, which we lost our last game, and we were like, "What if with these 3 bomber season-saving signings of Man City, can they make a comeback?" I don't believe they can make a title comeback, but maybe they can make a challenging comeback if Liverpool and Arsenal follow. But I think objectively, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Nottingham Forest and Man City would be the top 4. I would love to see Nottingham Forest get there. So yeah, I'll go with that.
This title race, I feel it's going only one way, but the only way I see this guy is not winning this title, which would be painful, by the way, because by then they would have tied United for most league titles. But still, I can always say they have two, and they have 2.5 Premier Leagues. Let's just use Premier
Exactly.
Leagues.
We use Premier Leagues on them.
So, but still, I don't know. My prayer is right. If Nottingham Forest can sign at least one more attacker this window, if it's possible, I think they can at least push Liverpool to the brink. But
Yes, they
I
need a
don't see
backup.
that.
I
Yes,
mean,
they need
I
a
was about
backup.
to say they need a backup striker, but they have Awoni, our boy.
Awoni, the thing with Awoni is that Awoni is good, but right now he's so low on confidence that I feel his mind is always at that brink of, oh, am I going to, if I run this much, will I get injured? Will I not get injured? So much uncertainty. So I feel they need somebody to at least, even if he's not backup, they need a hybrid, someone like Cunha, because Cunha can play off the left, he can play up front, he can play on the right. So someone like Cunha will be good for them. That's I don't know. I know their owner likes the club so much, so I think if he wants to spend, he can spend big. So if that's the case, then I think they can at least mount a challenge, which will be wild, honestly. But Arsenal, on the other hand, if possible, they should go sign. Obviously, we are all saying they should sign a striker. I don't know if they will be able to do that. But if I'm Arsenal, I think I should be bidding for at least an Mbomo. Or even if I can't get Mbomo, Wissa is there is Johan Wissa. We have Visa of Brentford that they want to sign for Nottingham Forest just bid 22 million for him. Arsenal need a striker, even if he's on loan for 6 months. You can buy Wisa, get him for 6 months at least. If you help yourself, because the Arsenal, if they don't get somebody in, I don't this they've bottled and they've sold this title again for the 3rd season in a row to a rival team once again. So that's just the painful truth about it. Obviously, I feel if I'm being honest with you, I just feel the only team I see winning this thing is Liverpool. But Arsenal, if they can get it, even if Arsenal should get a striker in the summer, that league is for them. And the striker that I think will be perfect for them is one and the only
Arsenal won't win the
OSIMEHN.
league next
So
season even with a striker because other
if
clubs are
Arsenal should
improving.
sign, I assure you, if Arsenal should sign Victor James OSIMEHN in that team, they are winning the title, bro.
Of course, you call your boy. Come up for road.
They are winning the title. I'm telling you, if you go through Arsenal's team, let's remove bias. Let's remove bias. Let's look at Arsenal team. Let's just say the
Yeah,
truth. Arsenal team from
yeah.
from back to front, bro. That team is stacked.
They
Especially
still have
their
a
starting
ship
11.
left wing
Wait,
and no backup
now.
for Saka. They will not win the title with the striker alone.
That is why I said their starting 11. You see, we see they just recently agreed terms with Zubimendi. Zubimendi is even, I think, is coming in the summer. If it is part, they've signed Zubimendi already. So you are seeing the midfield core of Zubimendi and Rice.
Zubimendi is not yet finalized though. He's still linked to Liverpool too.
Thank you, but Zubimendi is most likely going to Arsenal. Look at their back line. They have
them signing the Zubimendi is a
that,
stupid, foolish signing, and I hope they sign it. I hope they sign it.
Signing Zubimendi is not a stupid signing.
Zubimendi can be signing, bro. You need a left winger, you need a backup right winger, you need a striker, you need two strikers. And you're signing Zubimendi.
That's why I said Zubimendi is for the summer for them, right? Obviously, their recruitment are not stupid. They're obviously looking for strikers as well. So if they can get a striker along with this Zubimendi, they can get OSIMEHN and they can get Semenyo, bro.
If they get Semenyo, they are cooking.
They should get
Semenyo left wing and a striker.
Yeah, and they are good to go because you know Arsenal's route one tactics now from the beginning of the season. What they started doing, they started going route one. They cross a lot, and they don't have anybody in that front line to finish off. Havertz is a waste of time. It's a total waste of time.
75 million.
Now imagine them spamming those crosses for an actual number 9. You know the amount of goals he'll be scoring. Man, Arsenal just needs one quality attacker to win the title, honestly.
Sorry, Canon.
I don't agree with one, Shy. I need 2 or 3. But go on. Yeah.
I think one will be enough, I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quality
I
one,
have to stop with the Canon. I have to stop with the Canon. But I just quickly on this matter, I just think like you guys have mentioned already, just to summarize everything, we definitely have a very interesting title race. But the way Liverpool is going now, they're still going strong, even deep into January. And funny enough, they haven't actually had the best January. They have never really had a very good January for the past 5 years. They usually struggle in January. So
that's true.
When they normally, in the month where they normally struggle, they are still doing this good. I really see them, going, except something terrible happens. I really see them, winning the league, like you guys have said. I have to say that I don't think Nottingham Forest might be able to sustain this momentum, but it could be the case if they actually have some transfers coming. I think Cotton-Odoi has gotten injured a little bit after the last game. So let's see how things work out in terms of the balance in the team and the counter-attacking style. But quickly moving on, of course, one of the topics David wanted to discuss was the Garnacho conundrum for Manchester United. I think we could discuss or touch on this a little bit because it's quite peculiar, David. I don't want to touch on it in the context of how much we're actually supposed to get for him, because we discussed that already. But in terms of should he stay or should he leave, because I understand why David wanted to bring this up is because and that's why I was really surprised why Napoli was coming for him, because we're all Manchester United fans. We watch Garnacho every day. I think Garnacho's decision making is one of the things that frustrates me the most about that guy.
Oh my God!
But he's a winger. Like, he's an actual winger. He's not a inverted number 10 kind of player. Like, he's a winger. So maybe that's what Napoli is looking at. Okay, he's vulnerable in this system. Let's go for him. But David wanted to ask, okay, should he stay? Should he leave? Should he go to Chelsea? Should he go to Napoli? And yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Canon? Because for me personally, I wouldn't want to sell Garnacho. Not because I think he's that great or anything, but he's very young. He can, even that decision making, like, obviously as fans we get frustrated after the game. we just, we move on. Like he's not, he's not here to die on. But I feel he should stay. But I don't know what you think, Canon.
Yeah, personally, right? With this Garnacho talk, Garnacho is one player I feel put unnecessary pressure on himself for no reason. Because
He wants
when
to
you
be
tell
like his daddy.
exactly, he's looking the thing with Garnacho, he's looking too forward too fast. Then all of a sudden he's overthinking. He can't do the basic right anymore. He wants to score a goal.
Yes.
He makes a good run. He gets 1v1. He starts overthinking. Should I pass? Should I shoot? Or when he shoots, he's blazed over the bar because he doesn't have body coordination anymore. It's messy. So the issue with now on ground is we want to sell him. I don't want to even enter the matter of selling this boy because number one, our owners are the most useless set of fact. These owners that are currently
God,
in our
it will not be well with
hierarchy,
them.
these owners that are currently there right now are such pinch pockets. When they
God.
came, in fact, even before they came, it wasn't even them that gave the Hag that 600 million to spend or 700 million. It wasn't them. It was the people before. Which signings did they make this season? These current owners. Who did they even sign? Who did they sign for us this season? Vexy for how much? 34
Wait,
million. Who else did they sign this
wait,
season?
bro. Are you talking about Ineos?
Ineos now.
Bro, how can you be insulting Ineos when you have the Glazers?
I am not even insulting. I'm not even. The issue is the Glazers are there. Ineos are also there. Ineos are the ones that are overseeing the football side of things, and Ineos too are meant to be bringing out certain amount of money. Ineos are pinch pockets. It's not a lie. It is a fact.
I disagree with everything you're saying, but I'll let you land.
I will let me land first.
Yeah.
You see the matter of this whole PSR thing and all that. Ineos in particular are selling players because they want to balance the books and change the so-called philosophy in the team. Now, they started from obviously the beginning of season when they started cutting down the wages and all that of some staffs and started doing the groundwork. So kudos to them. But it has started getting to the extent of let's start getting money for this, let's start getting money for that. And I start getting worried because how long will this thing last? If we keep doing this thing, this summer, can you imagine news coming out that Menu? Did you see the news of Menu being not being untouchable? Like, what sort of statements is that? Menu is not untouchable because if a B comes from Menu, he can be sold. Can you imagine? When even under the Glazers, I never heard of when a prospect of such quality was even linked to any. Like, come on now, they are not moving in the way I want them to move. But Garnacho's case is peculiar and it's different. Let me finish with Garnacho. Garnacho market value is there. If Napoli wants to sign him, they should meet the estimated market value. If not, Man United should never, ever, ever settle for less. He should not be sold if the money is not right. If it's not 80 million, okay, I'm not selling. Garnacho is not going anywhere. Simple and short.
Okay.
All right.
That's about it. Yeah.
All right. United. You made a big mistake when you said Ineos came in, and now you just let me land, right? You made a big mistake when you said, when you said Ineos came in and we have to sell to buy. That was even the first blunder. I wanted to butt in, but I just kept quiet. We have entered. Hold on. Yeah, but we have entered the realm where we had to sell to buy before Ineos came in.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact. Why are we in a position where we have to sell to buy? It's very simple. You have a decade plus of poor management, accelerated in the last few years under Ten Hag. Why was it accelerated? Because at least Woodward and Co. actually had better talent ID than Ten Hag. I actually like Ten Hag a bit because he won trophies, but when it comes to his talent ID, team management, all of that, he was very terrible. The players we bought have absolutely taken us backward. Expensive players who are not good enough and who have no market value. And we have been run poorly for a decade plus, to the point where we were making record revenues of £600 million a year and we were still making losses. So when you are coming to a business, even if you are the Qataris and you have money, you must fix the rot. Throwing money at the problem will not fix it. Throwing money at the problem, I repeat, will not fix it. We had to make all these cuts. There are some cuts you can have your debate, charities and all of that. But ex-players that have mansions, a few of them, and are collecting £1,000 to come to the game. A lot of the cuts I agree with. So when it comes to saying, oh, we're not going in the right direction, the only thing you can say is, okay, Mino should not be linked out. But you have to understand the gravity of where we are, guys. You need to understand. We don't have any asset worth a penny. Not one. Either because they are not good enough, or even if they are decent, they are on too much wages. The only players we can sell are the players we don't want to. So what do? They have to make the system work. How do they do that? They have to make a sale because of PSR. Even if the Qataris came in, they have to balance PSR. Look at Newcastle. They are the richest club in the world and they cannot spend. Even their investment fund, the Saudi investment fund, said they're not investing money in Newcastle for the next 2 years. Newcastle has to be self-funded for the next 2 years. So even they have money, but they don't have money. So we're in a new level and era of football now where you have to manage yourself with these new PSR rules, and Ineos are trying to make us sustainable. And there are decisions that must be made that we don't like. I don't want to tell Mino, I think we won't, and I hope we don't. But this is the situation. You have to understand the dire situation we are in, right? So that's that one. Now, quickly on Garnacho. Garnacho is a player that I am surprised people are actually interested. I am really surprised. 50 million, 40 million, 60 million, I am surprised because I thought we all watch Man U games. Man U is the most watched club in England, arguably the world, probably Madrid. But I believed that the world should have seen what this guy is. But I mean, apparently Chelsea's transfers are data driven. So they are seeing his GA and they're like, "Ooh, I'll have some of that." Fair play. But we who watch the game, who engage football day in, day out, know that even when Garnacho reaches his final form, his prime, I don't think that IQ will still be there because I've learned from Sir Marcus Rashford, MBE. So I will take the money, but Canon is absolutely right where he says, don't go lower. If you don't get 70 million great British pounds, keep that guy to the summer. It's as simple as that. So yeah, Harrison.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But whether he stays or he goes, Man United will still survive. So
yes, but do you want him to stay though?
No, I want him to stay. I want him to stay.
The other thing I was just trying to say was just these guys, no matter whatever they think they are doing, putting a facade on, they don't have a large purse. Simple and short. That's just what I wanted to say. They don't have a large purse, and it will come back to bite us in the future. Finish.
Harrison would have an episode about Ineos later, I think.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
Ineos.
Yeah.
Ineos that destroyed that. We can't even talk.
Relax, you don't do.
I wanted to talk about FPL, but I think they don't have time anymore.
Shout out to you. I'm my Diallo captain. That was an amazing shout, bro. When I checked the team that day, I checked my team. I had him. I was happy. Yeah. I was going through everyone's team, and I saw your team with Ahmad captain. I was like, what? What the hell? How did he know? What? That was crazy, bro.
God,
nice one.
Bro. I was lucky. You know what's funny? Obviously, you know this FPL is just FPL, they have this best team of the week, Kiniko, they're always doing. I'm not even sure they
Yeah.
even had Ahmad in there. I was like, Southampton is going to concede, and Ahmad is the only guy that's going to score. But I won't lie, I didn't anticipate that I was going to get a hat trick, or even. I just thought at least he might assist. That's what I was really thinking.
One goal, yeah.
One goal, maybe at best. When this guy scored a hat trick, that late goal, I threw my iPad on the ground, man. I was shouting, "Come on, Ahmad!" Because my FPL before that, that guy gave me 40 points. 40 points.
Yeah,
I was.
Yeah, it was insane.
Amin was even coming from me. I was already on my neck. I was already. I said, "Oh my!" But yeah,
Amin is cooked.
Man,
even me, I'm about to pass him next week. Amin is cooked.
Amin is dropping. He's dropping real fast. And Ayo, I don't even know Ayo is going so. Where's Ayo jumping to? My God!
You see, bro, Ayo is following you.
Ayo is there.
Guy.
Ayo is there.
So as I said, I'm going to make a league for us by end of this month. Yeah. So how it would work is, Canon, you have an FPL team, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I will make a league, and then that league in itself would start counting from the week we make it. So we can have like at least a base for all of us to discuss and see our teams during the episodes. Yeah.
Yes, we are now at the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Pitchside Banter podcast. Really appreciate all the feedback we've been getting on asking that you engage with our content and let us know what you think. Have a good one, guys. Cheers from me and the team. Yeah.